my name is Grace Lee and I'm the discussion leader. This is
Lily.
Maddie.
Oi.
Okay, so today we are going to decide who is the best candidate in order to host a third world country that is coming over here in order to experience what an average student is like in an average school. So, what do you guys describe as an average teenager?
I think an average teenager would have average grades like B's and maybe one C, maybe one A. And they'd be involved in extracurricular activities, social.
I agree with that. I think, in my personal opinion, A's would be outstanding grades. B is probably the average, but C's are an okay spot too because teenagers typically aim for just passing, which is a C.
So average student is, A, B, C, mixed. But average student had to basically have a balance on life, which is actually social outside, and have a lot of friends, have fun.
I agree with that. They need to have a social life and be involved in extracurricular activities and be able to interact with others and have fun.
Oh yeah, I think an average student should have a good balance between their social life and studying, and like be involved in school and clubs.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you guys think about all the candidates, and who do you guys personally think would be top two in, say, hosting this third world country leader?
I think looking over all the candidates, I think a definite narrowing down would be Jada Williams and Jacob Jones.
So I look at these 5 candidates, right? They all have, each individual have a different characteristic. Ling Zhou, exceptional, and A+ student all the time, and ready for a valedictorian. So I don't think it's no average student actually can achieve that kind of really excellent scholar.
I agree.
And also that Bahir Hadar also is a really good and from the leadership standpoint. Senior AB student, active debate, advocate changing school policy. So no average student actually changing any kind of policy, right? I mean, it just kind of go with the flow. And I would say that's not an average student. And we look at Jada Williams. Well, she got is a very high achiever, and however, she got a dyslexia. President of art club. I would say that it's great that she actually overcome her adversity and do this, but I think this is very out of ordinary too. So she's not an average student either. So I look at this basically two really kind of like the average one is Carmen and Jacob. I think Carmen's not so good in grades, C students. They both are C students, Carmen's and Jacob. But they actually have a very well balanced in terms of social. You can see that Carmen's basically like captain and drill team and very social. Have love to go to the games and her football games and very outgoing, right?
Yes, I agree with you where I think that...
but actually I'm sorry for interrupting you here, but I said I'm not finishing on my Jacob here, right? Jacob is a really C student, but very well liked by both student and teacher, and good sense of humor, and basically that start out is very useful project initiative by start recycling project. So I think it's a good average student there. That's in my opinion.
Okay, so what I was saying is that I think, and I agree with you, where I think that most of these students like Ling, Jada, Bahir, and Carmen in some sort of a sense, they all are exceptional students. Ling Cho accepted into Harvard and Yale, which is something very few students are able to accomplish, and she's in line for a valedictorian. Jada is president of art club, and I wouldn't say that an average student would be president of something. She's also won multiple awards for art and what she has done, so I wouldn't say that's average either. But here, he, like Loy said, he's very active in debate, and I don't personally see an average student trying to change the world and getting too involved in politics. Whereas between Carmen and Jacob, I see them as two very average people because they both are very involved in school and extracurriculars. They are well liked, meaning they are very social. Therefore, also would be very good to talk to the leader because it would make him very comfortable. However, I would say that Carmen is also somewhat out of the ordinary because she is the captain of their drill team, and not many people can say that they were the captain of their drill team.
Okay, so are you saying that Jacob is your choice?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I think Jacob too.
I think Jacob would be a good leader.
So what do you think about Jacob? I mean, I want to hear your opinions.
I think Jacob is a very average student, except for the fact that he did a recycling project and it became successful because not all average students would take the time out of their day, take the time out of their month to start a recycling project to help their community.
I agree with you, but even though it's very specific in the sense that he did this recycling thing, you could look at it and saying that he was just volunteering, and most students do volunteer. Maybe not specifically in a recycling project, but a lot of them do volunteer. How about you, Lillian?
I think Jacob is like an average student, like all you guys said. He has like the average student characteristics.
Would you say that although his physical appearance may not be similar to others, he is still able to connect and relate to the students?
Yes.
And why is that?
Well, I guess his personality looked like very easy to get along, and people look at him, not looking from outside, they look at inside.
I think his physical appearance would kind of look a little, not really judgy, but scary. Because he has the tattoos, he rides motorcycle. But he's well liked by both students and teachers, so he has to have the social skills to be social.
Okay. So, I think that could be a problem because the average student don't articulate in the level where politics or, in a very, high skill want to communicate. So it could be a problem that's because some leader might expect differently. However, the leader needs to calibrate their expectation because they are talking to an average student. So when that calibration is there, then I think the communication should not be an issue.
I think one of another problem would be his physical appearance. So whenever they introduce themselves, he might look a little scary, not average, more on the
Exactly.
side.
Exactly, I agree with both of you guys on that point. Anything to add, Lily?
I feel like a person who doesn't have good grades wouldn't have good choices in the politics, but
Well, I can't disagree with you on that though.
Yeah, personally, I don't.
The average student doesn't mean they don't have a good choice. I mean, they do have choices, and then they might not. I don't think that'd be a good, good choice or bad choice. But I really think that average student that they might be too normal. I would say that, right? I mean, when you be too normal and down to earth, and basically when you talk to a high level figure, that could expectation differently. But that's what, in my opinion, is right. So I think right choice. Average student, actually, I see a lot of average students are they make really excellent choices. I don't see that a
I
problem.
agree with that. Okay, now I'm gonna cut this part out because that was supposed to go before that. Anyways, so with the conclusion of deciding that Jacob is the best fit in order to host, what instructions do you guys think we should give him in order to proceed with this opportunity?
I think he should be able to present himself in a very high class,
Mhm.
manner.
I don't think he'll have a problem getting along with him, but I do think he will need some training in order to
Accommodate with his.
yes, especially because he is a high-ranking figure. Also, to help him, I think it would be very helpful since he's already very good at talking to teachers. That must mean he's very polite. But I think it'd be a very good idea for him to perhaps talk to like the principals or something more, and maybe talk address the principal or like practice with the principal.
Someone with more authority.
Yes.
So really, I think that since that Jacob already is well liked by students and teachers, so apparently that he know how to interact with higher authoritative. But the one thing that I would say that since this is a leader from another country come and want to see the average students, the first impressions mean everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? So. I need to actually properly dress and show up and have a proper show a proper manner, not just kind of like outgoing manner.
I agree with
I think
you.
that really kind of like break the be able to have that kind of impression.
Yes, I agree with you on the manners, but he's coming here to experience the average life of a teenager. So I think it is okay to dress appropriately, but not overdressed where
Absolutely.
it seems as if he's an adult heading into a
Absolutely,
meeting.
absolutely. I mean, I'm not suggesting dressing overdressed on thing. I'm suggesting dress appropriate and actually have appropriate communication. And I think that the key thing is this. Jacob need to make sure that don't give a wrong impression at the beginning because of him have a tattoo or anything like that. Really kind of like present that way so in that case they can look at this average, the inside of the average student is.
I agree. Lillian, any advice to give Jacob before
I agree with talking to a higher authority so he could like have better communication with higher people.
I agree with that. Thank you all for coming today.